life. Oh, I forgot to put on my chest plate.
Rookie fucking mistake there. Hey. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let me turn my music down properly. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello. You don't know where the fuck this song came from. Looking at my playlist, I'm like, I didn't add that. Whoop. Cookie for Fox just subscribed. Oh my goodness. Did my alert work? I don't know. I think it's still buggy. Thank you. Subscription, Cookie for Fox. I appreciate it. Let me ratchet that down a bit. There we go. So how's everyone doing today? It is a Tuesday? Yes. Tuesday, 9th of fucking June. July. Shit, not June. I'm fucking losing the J's. So yeah, it's a day. It's a Tuesday. It's the 9th of July. Yes. Freedom Day was a few days ago. Yes. I definitely know what day it is. That's the problem when you work for yourself. You kind of lose track of what actual day it is. You just kind of like follow your schedule. Like, okay, I think it's the weekend. Maybe. So yeah. All right. Today's stream is actually going to be a bit informative. Oh shit. Information. Run! You have to learn things. No, but it's fun things. I swear. I swear it's fun things. It's not annoying things. It's basically about the Satanic Temple, who, funnily enough, is actually on the forefront of fighting for reproductive rights in the United States. And for basically a lot of rights that they're fighting for. And it's kind of on brand. So I figured, why not? And I also kind of like a soft spot for the Satanic Temple. I very much agree with what they do. So we'll kind of go over, like, don't mind me, I'm just like itching my eye. That's why my eye's spazzing out. We'll go over kind of like what they stand for, what they've done so far, and some of the actions that are actually pretty badass that they do in order to get like Christians to get the fuck out of schools and give people their bodily autonomy. So yeah, fun times. So let us pause the music and we will go over to chatting because that's where we go from here. Ooh, hope everyone's doing all right today. So we're going to start, as always, this is the bit where we ease you into the stream. We loosen you up. We kind of like, you know, take it nice and easy. We don't want to hurt anybody. We want nothing to tear. We just nicely kind of ease into it with a nice little meme or something random to start with. And then we get on the subject. So let's get everybody all nice and loosened up and take it nice and easy so we can slide it right in. I'm talking about the content, you perverts. So yeah, I figured, why not do a daily dose of internet? Because why the fuck not? So yeah, I just picked a random one. This one says the police put milk on his door. Okay. But yeah, and by the way, hello. Thank you, Torin, for the raid. My brain is in like weird follow the steps mode. Hello, RC Pento. Hello, Cervantes. Thank you again, Cookie for Fox, for the sub. Hello, Plabowski. Brilliant Drink. Squirrel. Frog Eyes. Marxy Mara. And of course, Sonodo, the ever-present simp mod. Hi, Fledgling. So yeah. Let's play the this one first and then we'll get into the, you know, heavy stuff. So let's just kind of lightly ease
Hello
into
everyone,
it.
this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This man was very confused when he opened his front door and found a bag of milk taped to it. He looked at the security footage and saw that a police officer put it there.
Bitch, why?
I'll be out in the 303 references call still does.
The police department released a statement saying that the officer was simply returning the...
Hold the fuck on now. How does he know the milk belonged to him? Hey folks, we wanted to take a minute and clear the air. We've gotten a few questions from our local media partners today, which we've answered, but we wanted to come to our social media page and clear things up right here because of the amount of attention it's gotten. One of our officers was called to the 5200 block of Bangor Avenue yesterday at 7:37 p.m. for a check subject call. The officer spoke with a caller who told him someone specific left the bag with an opaque white liquid that appeared to be milk on their door, and they wanted the officer to return it to what they believed was the correct department. So our officer did just that. Although the officer thought he was doing a good deed based off the video footage captured, we recognized this was not the best course of action. We apologize for any confusion. First of all, waste of taxpayer money. Someone calls you out and says, hey, yo, someone taped milk to my door. Could you, like, put it back? What fucking audacity is that to call the cops? What the? And they showed up. Bro, that must be a really small town or something, because cops showing up to return a dribble of milk in a bag? What the actual fuck? Yeah, why would you return milk? That made me, like, making my shit disappear. But yeah, that's just fucking weird. But yeah, stellar police work as always. Fucking cops.
A bag of milk to who they believed was the owner.
Oh no. No capes! Nice editing.
Were those pants?
I guess men
Those are
are
pants.
very simple creatures because these guys were entertained by a squeaky plant.
Very.
This is the next Mario.
Come on, I do that. That's just not a man thing.
Whistle.
Oh, snap. Not in my house, bitch. Okay. Katie don't play nice. Whisper. Oh.
Good job, Whisper.
Oh.
Good job.
This cat was really upset that they woke up from their nap.
Me when I wake up in the morning and someone wants to ask me a question. Oh. Yeah. The whisper thing my dog can do too. I taught him that. Like if he wants his toy and he has to be quiet. I go, quiet bark. He's like, whoa. I'm like, okay, fine, you can have your toy. He's really good at it.
What happened? Do you wake yourself up?
Oh, so
Or
pissed
very
off.
grumpy?
Bitch, leave me alone. I want to go back to
Dude,
sleep.
Isaac, you gotta come look at this, man.
What is he? The fuck? Oh, that must be like a movable chair or something.
One of my subscribers sent me a video of their old dog that shakes like this whenever they leave the house.
Oh, you
We're
poor
only going to be gone
puppy.
for 15 minutes.
No, it's okay. You're pretty
I
good,
wish I
baby.
never had an ever again.
Bro, kid, same.
I found a really cool
I have not made it a secret that I am a bimbo. I'm good at certain things. I'm good with words sometimes. Don't fucking judge me on how I talk. I can get a bit creative words with words. See, fucking already stumbling. And I'm pretty good with spatial stuff. Like if someone says, hey, will that thing fit in that hole? And I'll look and go, it'll fit. Even if it won't fit, we'll make it fit. But yeah, I'm pretty good at that stuff. But math, I fucked up my back when I was like in the level of core algebra. So I missed like a whole year of school. And they kind of just let me through out of pity because I had been like through a really traumatic experience with like surgery and wheelchair and all this shit. And that I missed core algebra and I had to have like tutors for the rest of school for math. So yeah, fuck math. Fuck it so much. I know it's important. I know the nerds in here love it, but I fucking hate math. I am a certified bimbo and I'm not afraid to fucking say it.
website that can help you replace the word very with a more eloquent word.
You okay? The heck? Bro. Damn.
I found someone that can make some incredible art using string.
I saw someone who does this with tulle the other day, like the fabric, they iron it. It was pretty cool.
That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
Yes,
Later.
very, very soon. All right, so is everybody lubed up and all nice and warmed up now? It is time to get to the meat and potatoes of today's subject. So let's go ahead and close that and get to the next one. So, God, I feel like I'm back in school again. I actually literally did a presentation on this, not this, but the Satanic Church once, just to piss my teacher off for public speaking. So yeah. Okay. A lot of you have probably heard of the Satanic Temple if you live in the United States. If you live outside of the United States, you may not really be aware of what the Satanic Temple is. It is basically a non-theistic group that uses the imagery of Baphomet to basically kind of like make the same points that a lot of like the religion makes in the US. Like a lot of the very extreme Christian and like evangelical like agendas kind of try to use. So they go, hey, we're a religion. We can do this. We can get away with it. So they approach things from almost like a religion, bonking my microphone, and they basically try to uno reverse against some of these laws and rules with the Supreme Court, with local governments, etc. Yeah, they find loopholes. And they have a lot of really great things that they do. So if we scroll down, we can see like they have their high school contest heralds, TSTS champion of free speech. Like they have a lot of really great programs. They have after school programs they've been trying to force schools to do, because a lot of schools have religious after school programs and they refuse to allow that in a public school, which, hello, if most people know, in the United States, church and state is separate. The church is not supposed to be in the school. It's publicly funded. It's not the church. You're not allowed to do that, but they've been pushing it further and further. I remember in my exchange year that it was always called a moment of silence if anything happened, and no prayer was allowed in school. Funnily enough, that's not the case anymore. It's a big difference. So yeah, the Satanic Temple fights for a lot of different rights, all kinds of things. It's amazing. So one of their biggest ones has been basically going against the state of Texas for their piece of shit, horrid abortion law that a lot of people have probably heard of. Let me see if I can find the correct one for this. I got so many fucking tabs open for this. Where are you at? Doop-a-doop-a-doop is, yeah, here we go. So this is a nice video about what exactly they're trying to do from like a local Texas channel.
The Satanic Temple says they have a strategy for women to access the abortion drug, take it as part of a religious expression. Its founder describes them as a non-theistic religious group.
By non-theistic, we mean we don't worship a literal deity. We view Satan as a metaphorical construct, as the ultimate rebel against tyranny.
Yeah. This group is not the Church of Satan, an organization they're often mixed up with. Greaves says they promote social justice, equality, and the separation of church and state. Their latest involvement is now with the state of Texas. They call the latest heartbeat bill draconian. The bill bans abortions at 6 weeks.
For personhood to be achieved and for those protections to be in effect, there needs to be some type of higher cognitive function. We really feel that the freedom of choice is something that that belongs to our religious membership, and they should be able to, on religious liberty grounds, maintain it.
They recently sent a letter to the FDA asking the church be allowed access to the abortion-inducing drug for its rituals, and they're working on filing a lawsuit.
We've encountered one argument of, well, abortions are not religious. Well, that's not necessarily the case. The question of whether something is religious or not is up to the person who's bringing the lawsuit.
TST believes bodily autonomy and science are of utmost importance, and the abortion ritual is just an expression of that belief, and the heartbeat bill violates their religious freedom.
Yep.
By regulating the context in which the ritual happens, you're necessarily regulating the ritual itself. It's necessarily that's what's happening. If I say nobody can buy wine, well, that's affecting the Catholic's ability to do mass.
So there you go. That's kind of a breakdown of it. Let me add this as well. So this is something that's kind of important. These are the fundamental tenets. These will kind of explain to you a bit more why they do the things they do and what they stand for. So basically, their tenets are really great. So basically, like commandments within Christianity. One should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. The struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will. The freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of others is to forego one's own. Beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care never to distort scientific fact to fit one's beliefs. People are fallible. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. Every tenet is a guiding principle to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. There you go. That's basically what their tenets are. So don't fuck with people's bodies, don't fuck with people's rights, don't fuck with people's freedoms, etc. That's what they do. They don't worship Satan. They don't. They use Baphomet as a figure to basically represent, the original badass, the original one who refused to take the knee, basically. That's kind of really important because who more could you use in a battle against very religious people than the absolute devil they hate? It'll get their attention very quickly because we all know Christians love to protest the devil. It's their favorite thing to do. And just a disclaimer, I'm not against anybody's religion. I don't care what religion anyone is. I'm all for it. But the moment you start messing with people's rights and how they live and trying to change them to live by your morals, we're fucking done. We're not playing that game. You don't tell people how to live their lives. You don't tell people what to do with their lives. That's not for you. And if you say that your God thinks what they're doing is wrong, well, guess what? If they ever come before your God will judge them, not you, motherfucker. It says it in the literal Bible or whatever book you believe in. You're not to judge. That's for God, not you. So fucking chill. Like, seriously. That's the thing. That's where the fun ends by me. I'm done then. So yeah, the Satanic Temple is really great. So they've got a lot of amazing programs. Like the one about the Texas basically post-rogue rule is very important to them. Like claims looking beyond Texas, abortion access. So one of their biggest W's is they actually opened an abortion clinic and they donate to our abortion clinic. So basically, they gave it a very specific name, and they did maybe name it after a certain judge. So I think they're still working on it to where like it was a joke. It was one of the justices, and because my brain is toast right now, I can't remember, but we will find the resource. I can't remember his name. It's definitely one of the justices. My brain's toast right now because it's the morning. But yeah, so what we can do is we will go into, fighting for representation in schools we've got the religious reproductive rights, a year in review. So let's go into their year in review of the reproductive rights. Basically, this video is a little bit cringe. Please don't judge it too heavily. It's a bunch of people who are like Satanists and they get all happy with the graphics. But this is basically like what, as of 2 years ago, they've not been as updated on their graphics. What they've done for rights, etc.
Reproductive rights. The imposition of abortion restrictions throughout the country has been steadily and continually increasing. We must accept the fact that everyone else's efforts to protect reproductive rights have failed. Yet, there is hope. Religions have special privileges under the First Amendment and RFRA. The Satanic Temple is utilizing these privileges to protect our religious belief in bodily autonomy.
Good morning.
As the courts affirm.
We're doing a video, we're basically doing a little bit of a deep dive into the Satanic Temple, which is a group that uses basically satanic imagery, satanic things like Baphomet, etc., to basically challenge laws within the United States. One of their most known cases is against Roe v. Wade and the Texas heartbeat law. So this is kind of like what they're trying to do with their mission.
The rights of religious organizations to practice their faith.
But just to we'll let the little thing roll.
Your Majesties, this is
an
God,
outrage.
The French
accent.
I demand justice.
This one was very dastardly. Oh, Jesus.
I demand justice. Oh, oui, oui.
Oh, no. We're not very happy about the decision.
Last week, Lord Patrician Nolid shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring in the process.
Of course it's Scroll Tempura. Who clips this?
Scroll Tempura.
Because it's about him.
Depths below nonsense. Rummage through your drawers and I'm sure you'll find the thing. Oh, oui, croissant.
If it's French, Temporal will clip it. He definitely will. So yeah. What I was going to say is a reminder is the Church of Satan is not the same as the Satanic Temple. The Church of Satan was something made by Anton LaVey in the 70s by a lot of like, not kosher people. A lot of them were like actually circus performers that made it. And Anton LaVey, I am very at odds with his beliefs and what he does. I feel like he definitely manipulated women within the Church of Satan to be more free with their bodies and for him to benefit from this freedom. Such books like The Satanic Witch is one that kind of really, I don't know, I don't like it. It's basically under the veil of like telling women to use their femininity and their sexuality to get what they want. But it also kind of feels like, ayo girl, you know, use sex to get what you want. It doesn't feel empowering. It feels manipulative to me. I don't like it. I've read the book and things were suggested like use your period blood in a necklace to make a talisman to make men do your bidding. And I'm like, okay, dude. And it's just, yeah, the Church of Satan is a bit out there. They're definitely out there to shock. They are ones that have been accused of actual ritual sacrifices, etc. They are the ones that are based out of San Francisco. Yes, that's the Church of Satan. The Satanic Temple are the ones who are the cool kosher ones, like chill. But the Church of Satan's always kind of been like, by me. I've always kind of had my questions. I know they're all for bodily autonomy, but they do kind of work under the veil of, ayo, we're just a giant swinger club sometimes. And I'm not okay with that because some people may not quite be aware of that who enter it. So yeah, but we'll go a little bit back here because we may have lost track of what the graphics were trying to say here. This is basically what they are trying to do with their
abortion restrictions.
Their restrictions against abortion
Has been steadily and continually increasing.
Thank you for the gifted
We must
sub,
accept
Elron.
the fact
My
that everyone
stupid
else's
alerts are still not
efforts
working.
to protect
But thank you.
reproductive rights have failed. Yet there is hope. Religions have special privileges under the First Amendment and RFRA.
And it is a bit cringe.
The Satanic Temple is utilizing these privileges to protect our religious belief in bodily autonomy.
Yep.
As the courts affirm the rights of religious organizations to practice their faith, TST is demanding our religious rights to abortion access without unnecessary state interference. In the past year, TST has taken definitive action to ensure the reproductive rights of our members. June 2020. TST sues Missouri for imposing unnecessary abortion restrictions on a TST member that violate her religious beliefs. August 2020. TST announces the institution of the religious abortion ritual. September 2020.
So the religious abortion ritual is basically them saying that abortion is a part of their religion and they have to have access to it in order to, you know, do their religious rituals, which is within their, you know, rights. So they're playing the game against the state with their own religion rules.
TST appeals the Judy Doe case to the Supreme Court. October 2020.
Yes, they are.
TST releases the Informed Consent Database, the most comprehensive directory ever written on state-by-state abortion restrictions, regulations, and laws. October 20.
They have been one of the strongest instruments against, like, for information for women. They help them get the mifepristone at home. They help them get access to places where they can go. They help them in so much. It's amazing what they do. Like, it's just, I like that they do this for the fact that they're for people being able to decide over their own damn bodies.
2020. Justice Amy Coney Barrett is sworn into the Supreme Court. October 2020. TST files a motion to disqualify Justice Barrett from ruling on the Judy Doe case. December 2020. TST posts billboards in Miami, Houston, and Dallas.
Okay, yeah, this one's a little too spicy with what if... I was a bit, it's kind of along the lines of PETA doing the same thing with the Holocaust on your plate shit. But theirs is at least saying, what if abortion had been an option? Basically say, if, you know, if abortion had been an option, then maybe Hitler wouldn't have existed. That's, I mean, it's not the same as like comparing like animals to that, but I think whenever that imagery is invoked, it's I'm not super keen on that being used for these things. Yeah, you've never heard that, Squirrel? There was a literal like basically PETA got really in trouble for an old ad campaign they did called "The Holocaust on Your Plate." I'm not kidding you. And they like took imageries, it's so disgusting, of the Holocaust and put them next to the literal like animals and like transport carriers, etc. Yeah, it was really fucking disgusting. And they're like, well, look at what you're doing to animals. This is no better than the Holocaust. And everybody's like, no, this is a lot different. No. And they got a lot of hate for it. And they never really backed down or apologized for it. They are very edgy in that, to where like it's not even good. And like, please don't support PETA whatsoever. Please do not. I'm yapping right now because I'm gonna wait for this ad break to start. But what I'll do is I'm gonna push it, you son of a bitch. Stop counting down at me. So basically, PETA is a disgusting organization that you should not support in any way or form. They basically are glorified dipshits. Sorry, I do not like them. Yes, they kill more animals than most kill shelters do in a year. They have freezers. They have basically what they'll do is they'll rescue animals, and God forbid we take the resources to get a place or, find vets to take care of them. No, we just kill them. We ethically helped these animals find an end in life. Coming from a veterinary perspective, about 80% of animals that are taken out of situations like that can get help. They can be helped. They can be recovered. They can be put in homes that like help these animals like recuperate and can like get them basically ready to find a good home or even be rehomed there when they're recovering. Yeah, they're eco-fascisty. Yes, very much so. And it's very annoying. They're also very like not aware of like inequalities within society when it comes to being vegan. They're very uppity about that. And I'm sorry, but a lot of members of PETA are white rich ladies. We're not going to go into that. A lot of them are, a lot of the founders are, but they have a loophole, of course, when it's about insulin. That's a necessary evil. Insulin's usually tested on dogs because they are the most optimum subject. That's just the way it is, unfortunately, within medical science. Dogs can get diabetes very quickly, and they're very easy to test on. It's really sad, I know. But yeah. Oh, something played. Thank you for the Prime subscription, Maximera. So that must mean the gifted one needs to be fixed. It worked. And the bats went away on their own. Let's go. So yes, don't support PETA. Support your local animal shelters. Support them and helping them, etc. Don't fucking support PETA. They're trash. And if you know a vegan who says they support PETA, don't hang out with them. That sounds pretty shit. Yeah, they got mad at all kinds of stuff. They tried to like say that babies should drink beer instead of milk, etc. Yeah, just fucking brain dead fuckery. Sorry. Most vets really hate PETA as well because, hey, to tell you this, most of your veterinary clinics, local animal shelters do way more than PETA's ever done in their whole fucking existence. So fuck them. Support your local shelters. Support the RSPCA. Support the Humane Society. All these places need money. They need volunteers. And most of these kill shelters only kill because they literally don't have enough resources or enough time. So if more people involve themselves in these processes, these animals will be way better. They'll be way better taken care of. Don't give money to PETA, please. Okay? Rant over. Let's continue with what the Satanic Temple's been doing with their abortion plans.
Promote the institution of our religious abortion ritual. January 2021. TST opposes Ohio's unconstitutional burial requirements for fetal remains and vows to defend members against legal recourse from the state.
Hey, Greencoat.
February 2021. TST sues Texas against state-mandated abortion restrictions, including a waiting period, compulsory counseling, and an unnecessary and invasive sonogram. May 2021. Texas signs into law one of America's most restrictive abortion measures, banning procedure as early as 6 weeks into a pregnancy. June 2021. Texas answers TST's lawsuit and moves to dismiss TST's abortion case. August 2021. TST announces it will provide its own religious counseling services as an alternative to mandated state counseling. And coming up in September 2021, TST will host its Religious Reproductive Rights Rally in Salt Lake City, Utah. Help us defend religious reproductive rights. We need your support to fight for legal precedent that will establish the legal permanency of TST's religious exemption demands. We can't do this without you. Donate to TST today.
Thou art thy own master, exactly. So they have been out here fighting the good fight for years. And a lot of people don't see it or know because no one really pays attention to the Satanic Temple. You know? Don't mind the Jujutsu Kaisen reference there. That's for later. It's them being spicy. That's fitting. That's so fitting. Okay, so the abortion clinic is the Samuel Alito. That's what it was. They named it after his mom. They named it after Samuel Alito's mom, basically. That's the name of the abortion clinic. Now I remembered it. It just took me seeing somebody poking a chest hole in Jujutsu Kaisen to remember it. But yeah, they do a lot of great stuff. What's their latest news? Let's have a look. Please be T.O. Don't be T.O.s. Okay, you're fine. Good. So yeah, you can see all of what they've been doing. High school contest earns top marks from patients for exceptional care. That's their, from the Samuel Alito Mom Satanic Abortion Clinic. First patient surveys are in. So they've had patients at their clinic. And yeah, it's great. You've got Governor Stitt signs bill that allows school credit for the Satanic Temple's classes, which is great. So they've actually been able to get after-school programs into schools as well. The Satanic Temple's After School Satan Club partners with Secular Student Alliance. There you go. The Satanic Temple's After-School Club partners with Secular Student Alliance. I can't fucking talk. So basically, they go in and what they do is they don't teach Satanism. They teach math. They tutor. They help kids with art. They help kids with music. They don't do any religion whatsoever. So they basically go in and help kids learn about new things. So it's like an after-school learning program that's not about religion. Is what they do. So a lot of schools were not very keen on this. Oklahoma's been an interesting situation with that. But yeah, the Satanic Temple Protect Children Project. There's all kinds of really great stuff they do. So like if you're ever like really into like trying to help people in a in like shitty way, but like in a religious way, but not really, but kind of cool. They do a lot of really great stuff you can fund and help them out with their lawsuits. Their lawsuits are very important. A lot of people have been getting on board with it. Satanic Temple's project, Protect Children's Project, exempts students from punishments in school in Mississippi. See, they're stopping schools from punishing students. It's just really amazing. I have a lot of respect for what they do. A lot of people kind of like laugh and giggle at people from the Satanic Temple because there are a lot of like outsiders, and like you'll see in one of the videos we watch here in a few minutes, they're kind of like a lot of like D&D fan dudes. But I mean, so there doesn't matter. There is a lot of really interesting stuff they're doing. The Satanic Temple takes on the city of Boston before the U.S. First Circuit Court. There you go. All kinds of great stuff. So basically, there's all kinds of amazing projects they're consistently working on. I'm going to double check some of these over here and find like a good one to look at. And let's see if we've got the one about the school. That's this one. Yeah, the schools. We'll go into the Satanic Temple fighting for representation in schools. This is basically them rebelling against the Christian, basically the Christian agenda within the United States to infiltrate schools and to get in after school programs and, you know, put religion in public schools where it doesn't fucking belong. I am a big advocate for not putting that shit in schools. Here in Germany, when you go to school, you have options. You can go through evangelical, you can go through Catholic, or you can do what's called ethics. Because, you know, Germany has religion. Our religions do, you have to pay taxes when you are in a religion here. I'm not, of course, because fuck that shit. But basically, you have at least a choice. Some private schools don't even offer you that choice. Here in Germany, you just automatically have to go through one of the two religious classes. They don't even offer ethics. I think ethics is a great class. I really enjoyed it. It was amazing. Hey, so freely, welcome in. Zenodo, do your thing, sir. Zenodo will probably give you a shout out here in a moment, so I won't click on anything yet. But yeah, they're so amazing. They do great stuff. They do great stuff.
Also have a portion
of course, it's him.
enchanted. somebody.
Somebody got you that for your birthday, I'm guessing.
To show your affection.
Oh my, that definitely wasn't an obsession of any kind, was it? I feel you. I get it 100%. I have that with Alucard from Castlevania. So shush. All right, so Satanic Temple fighting for representation in schools. I will give the link. I don't know if Sir Zenoto has it yet, but I will put it in chat. So there we go. Ta-da. Alrighty. All right, so I'll start that and also look through these articles.
Original now
shortly.
with in-depth reporting on a topic we've been watching, and tonight it's an unexpected but powerful group which says they're fighting to protect the separation of church and state. The Satanic Temple. We told you about them before on this show. Remember, they're battling a lot of conservative movements by fighting for what they say is their members' religious rights.
That's their own artistic statue. It's very famous, that one. It also pisses Christians off massively because it's two kids looking up to Baphomet, basically.
One issue we've seen them gain some traction on is abortion. They've sued states over access to it, even launching what they call the first ever religious abortion clinic network. Now, the Satanic Temple's taking on religion in schools, using new laws in several states to try and get Satanist ministers inside classrooms. Here's Maura Barrett.
Tonight, the Satanic Temple wants to put its own ministers in public schools in both Florida and Oklahoma. It's a move in opposition to conservative lawmakers in those states voting to allow religious chaplains to serve in schools, essentially as counselors.
Chaplains have a very specific role.
13 other states have proposed similar bills this year. The demonic-sounding group using this debate to push back on certain Christian ideals and its increasing overlap on public life.
If they pass these bills, they're going to have to contend with ministers of Satan acting as chaplains within their school districts.
Lucian Greaves, who uses a pseudonym to protect against threats, is a co-founder of the Satanic Temple.
They are going to lose in court. The Constitution is unambiguous about this. You just cannot take a religious identity and cut it out from a public accommodation. They'll have to pay the attorney's fees, and frankly, they shouldn't be putting that kind of budget into this kind of
fuck giving kids great stuff in school. We need religion shit.
The temple doesn't worship Satan. Instead, describes itself as non-theistic and has become known for inserting itself into various culture wars as an opposition to hardcore Christian ideals.
Whether you agree with them or not, they certainly are very thoughtful about their activism. What they're concerned about is how Christianity is privileged within an American society and has rights that other minority religious groups don't have.
Exactly. You don't see Muslims trying to get stuff put in school. Imagine if someone tried to do that. The pushback would be humongous. Oh my God, here in Germany, people are consistently saying shit like, oh yeah, no, they're going to be teaching like Islam soon in schools. It's like, and where's the problem in that? You teach all the other fucking religions. Like ethics, you go through all those religions. People get pissy, but like basically kids here will get like, you know, Ramadan off in school, but the other kids still go to school. And, you know, if they even let that become a public holiday, oh Lord, no, God forbid in Germany, you know. But yeah, it's a real issue to where like only the really predominantly white people religion is the one that gets to be in the schools, right? So that's exactly kind of what they're pointing out. Like, just because it's, you know, the rich white people are pushing their religion on the lower class people or people of different ethnicities that don't have these rights, that's just not fucking okay. You know? People were freaking out about KFC Ontario being halal certified a couple days ago. Why? Like, why does that matter? It's KFC. People need to get fucking hobbies. Like, seriously.
And so they see themselves as defenders of religious liberty and the rights of religious minorities.
According to its website, the temple sees Satan as a symbol of...
Marxy Mary here in Germany, basically what they'll do is you have like two different like evangelical, you've got like two different types of religions, which is like the typical ones here in Germany, like basically Christian coded. Then you've got the evangelicals, and then you've got the Christians, and then you have ethics, which ethics does teach all the religions. It goes through like all of them. It goes through the ethics of like society existing and basically teaching you morals without the religious coding. So there is that. And ethics, you have, in my opinion, some of the best conversations in school, because a lot of the time really great subjects come up in that class. And I'm really glad I took it. I really enjoyed ethics. It was one of my favorite classes for like really good, deep discussions. But sometimes like schools have to be a bit careful about what they allow you to discuss. Like I do know from my nephew's side right now that certain discussions were heavily laid on in school at the moment. And one of them was the moment that a certain conflict on October 7th started. If I'm saying stuff a bit iffy, so I live in Germany. I have a partner who is British. They could lose their visa because of new laws if I say or express certain things in a certain way. So please do know that's not me trying to be like, hey, this isn't my, it's not my thing. No, I am very involved. I'm very aware, and I have donated as well. I've done what I can, but I have to be very cautious with what I say because I don't want to ruin someone else's life because of it. And it's really unfair. It is shit. And I'm sorry that I can't say more in these things. It makes me really upset. So basically, around the time certain conflicts started, a definite reemergence of discussion of Holocaust began within school from my nephew's side. They said basically, they're talking more about it in school, and ethics and certain subjects were not being mentioned. And yeah, it's definitely kind of permeating the schools right now. It's a bit I don't remember when the next German elections. I don't want to think about it. Please, God, no, don't talk about it. But yeah, ethics is a really important class here in Germany. But in the US, you don't have that. So they're trying to kind of, I guess, make it like it as well. So that's what the Satanic Temple is fighting against, is that in public schools, you're not pushing religion because of, the Constitution and the rules around it.
Eternal rebel in opposition to arbitrary authority and believes in reason, empathy, and the pursuit of knowledge. Their efforts come off as mocking and satirical, but are with serious meaning. One issue it's gaining a lot of traction on: abortion.
Bodily autonomy.
After the overturn of Roe v. Wade, it named a telehealth abortion clinic after Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito's mom, and since sued several states to argue that abortion restrictions violate religious freedom for their members. And then, when Arkansas installed a statue of the Ten Commandments outside its state capitol, the temple unveiled its own statue of the goat-headed figure, Baphomet. The number of congregations of the
Baphomet, goddammit! Why would you say Baphomet? Baphomet. Who makes the T silent? Baphomet. Baphomet. Oh, the French alternative. No.
The Satanic Temple more than doubling since 2021 amid the rise of Christian nationalism.
How does this push towards more conservative values play into that from your perspective?
Those who would be drawn to the Satanic Temple are particularly concerned about Christian overreach, and that there is this fear that somehow America, or at least parts of America, are becoming an evangelical Christian theocracy as opposed to a secular democracy.
The temple sees strength in that awareness, in their mission, as they put it, to fight fire with fire.
Maura is joining us now. Super interesting, Maura. Talk through some of the broader goals here, the bigger goals of the activism of the Satanic Temple here.
Hallie, we reported this out with conjunction with our digital colleague Tyler Kincaid, and what we found is even though it's a very unique and unusual form of activism, it's effective. There's arguments and precedent where federal courts have sided with the temple, and essentially what they're doing here is going up against Christian or conservative movements that are trying to upend or break through protections that are already in place, and the temple is working to highlight those inequalities.
One of the last bastions, so to say. You know how the Democrats promised to codify shit and didn't under Obama and then fucking bungled it again? Yeah, they're tired of letting the government try to do shit, basically. That's what they've said. They said they're tired of trying to depend on representatives who give empty promises and don't do what they say and don't, fulfill any of the promises that were made. And they just basically are going at it on their own with funding from everyone. And it's really great to see. There is also in Detroit, the Satanic Temple, and they're pretty active as well with a lot of every year they'll do like this big speech and kind of pageantry on the steps of the state capitol where they'll talk about reaffirming their fight for people's rights and things like that. And people always kind of get a bit weirded out by it because they have a black and white flag that they use, a black and white US flag instead of the usual one. And it's a lot of accusing the government of things, and people are like, yeah, they're non-electoralists. Yep. So it's great. They see the point that government is failing. They need to step up and do what they can in place of the government because they're fucking sick of it losing their goddamn rights.
even more so. Hallie.
Maura Barrett, thank you so much, you and Tyler, for that very interesting reporting. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching.
Shut the fuck up, NBC. We don't need to be thanked for watching shit. Sit your ass down. So yeah, I've looked through some of these and these seem pretty good. So, whoosh, he goes away. But yeah, there seems to be some really great things. Let's look at their full article of they're basically, this is the results of their first abortion clinic patient survey. And it seems like people are really happy. A recent survey garnered extraordinary feedback from TST health patients, and we're proud to report that 100% of TST health patient response rated their interactions with TST health staff with a perfect 5 out of 5. 92% of our patients rated their overall experience with 5 out of 5 stars, with the remaining 8% rating their experience as 4 out of 5. Our patients' shining endorsements reflect the astounding level of care of our committed clinic staff. Recently, TST Health and our extraordinary staff of professional healthcare providers were featured in articles from the New York Times, Cosmo, and Finally a Show, podcasts from iHeartMedia. This well-deserved media attention emphasizes the recognition we're gaining within the reproductive healthcare world for our exceptional service and care, as well as our commitment to providing outstanding and compassionate healthcare to our patients. Inspired by the success of our first clinic, the Satanic Temple is excited to announce a fundraiser to help open a second satanic abortion clinic. This new clinic will allow us to extend our safe, compassionate, and free abortion services to even more patients in need. Join us in expanding TST Health Clinics network by making a donation and voting for your favorite clinic name. So they're naming their new clinic. I wonder what it's going to be. Maybe the Amy Barrett Conan or something like that. They already got one. Why don't we go for 2 justices, huh? But yeah, they do a lot of great stuff. The one I saw down here that was very interesting was this one. Protects exempt students from punishment in schools in Mississippi. The Satanic Temple's Protect Children project appeared at Morton High School in Morton, Mississippi on April 5th to offer student right cards to TST student members facing disciplinary actions that conflict with their religious beliefs, including corporal punishment. Bitch, huh? They still do corporal punishment in U.S. schools? Oh, they're probably bringing that back. They're probably like, oh, yeah, of course. Yes, these dudes are pretty awesome. They are, yes. Tried to summon a demon earlier, but I don't think it worked, so I'm going to try again later. Well, you know, redial. But yes. You're the simplest person, you see Satan, you click. Gee, I would never guess that that's the case. Satan's dog 666. Recent data obtained by the project Protect Children project reveals alarming statistics within the Scotts County School District in Monroe, Mississippi, where corporal punishment was administered 641 times during the 2022-2023 academic year, with 186 of those incidents at Morton High School alone. Jesus Christ. Elysium being spicy again in chat. The Satanic Temple student rights card asserts the members of the Satanic Temple are exempt from certain punishments in public schools that violate their religious beliefs. One of the tenets of the Satanic Temple is a belief in bodily autonomy. TST claims corporal punishment, seclusion, restraint, and a denial of bathroom access violate their religious tenet. Subjecting a TST member to these punishment would violate their civil rights. It violates anyone's civil rights. It would be unthinkable for a state to force a practicing Muslim, Hindu, or Jewish person to eat foods that violate their dietary restrictions as a punishment. Similarly, subjecting a member of the Satanic Temple to practices that violate their deeply held beliefs is also unacceptable and unconstitutional. Yeah, see, they're using the system against them. Students can carry these cards with them in school and show it to any faculty member who threatens to violate their rights through corporal punishment. Seclusion, restraint, or denial of bathroom states. If the card is ignored and they are punished, it will open the door to civil and possibly criminal liabilities. Based. The student rights card is free to download. Cool. Website in English and Spanish. Wonderful. So, Ellie asking the important questions. Yeah. That's amazing. Shelby Board of Education over First Amendment violations. What did they violate? That's probably about the in-school programs. Yeah. The request to establish an after-school Satan club at Chimney Rock Elementary in Cordova, Tennessee, where the Good News Club, a Bible-centered organization aimed at evangelizing children, already operated. This request came from a local community member seeking an alternative to the existing proselytized clubs on campus. Despite our entitlement to rent school facilities under the same terms as other religious groups, the Shelby County Board of Education has consistently discriminated against us, obstructing the exercise of our civil rights and violating the First Amendment. The discriminating garnered national attention when school board officials convened a press conference to openly express animosity towards our religious beliefs, our organization, and the upcoming club meeting at Chimney Rock Elementary. This egregious conduct prompted the Freedom from Religion Foundation, a national state/church watchdog organization, to step in. Ooh, get fucked. Get fucked. FFRF sent 3 letters, all ignored, demanding the district adhere to the First Amendment and treat the Satanic Temple fairly, cautioning that succumbing to a heckler's veto would breach constitutional rights. I love using their own fucking laws against them. Despite these challenges, our first meeting at Chimney Rock Elementary took place on January 10th. Let's fucking go! Albeit under financially burdensome conditions imposed by the district, including exorbitant security and additional fees. Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ, of course. What happens when we don't get our way? We threaten people. Yeah, because that's exactly what God would want from a God-fearing person. Go threaten them. Of course, that's the way to do things. Unwelcoming committee made up of district officials and clergy members, further demonstrating the district's antagonism. Since the Memphis Shelby School County's discriminatory actions have persisted, including imposing excessive security and facility use fees on our club meetings, arbitrarily changing meeting times, canceling rental applications without notice, and refusing to communicate about rental rates. These actions have not only chilled TST's speech, but have also significantly hindered our ability to conduct our club meetings. On behalf of the Satanic Temple, the Freedom from Religion Foundation is now seeking legal recourse to ensure our fair treatment and our ability to rent facilities without discriminatory fees. Get fucked. We are also seeking a declaratory judgment that the Shelby County Board of Education's action violate the First Amendment's free speech and free exercise clauses, nominal damages of $1, and a permanent injunction against the district's discriminatory practices. Look at, they just want $1. This is all just for basically rights. They're not in this for financial gains. They're in it to make sure people can really have access to these programs fairly, and that their kids aren't just being fucking indoctrinated by religion after school. We appreciate the Freedom from Religion Foundation support in this battle against discrimination and remain committed to defending our members' civil rights. We look forward to sharing updates as they develop. That's amazing. Of course, they're fundraising for their cause. That's really great. So yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Yeah. Jax Blackmore. Jax Blackmore is in Detroit, Michigan, and she was actually kind of totally fucking like alpha. She basically she's a giga woman on the news. She took mifepristone on live television, which is an abortion pill, to prove how safe it is to administer at home, basically. She literally took it on live television. I have to see if I can find this clip. The woman that was on the other side of the interview lost her absolute shit. She was like, oh my God, you're committing abortion on television. And she wasn't pregnant. She was just proving a point. But yeah, let me see if I can find it. My other browser really quick. She is pretty badass. She is very active in the scene in Detroit. I do follow her as well. Checks. Listen to the typies. Probably won't hear it. Abortion pill on air. See if we can find it. Yeah, Detroit activist takes mail order abortion pill live on television. That's Jex's video. EWTN Pro-Life Weekly. Ew, they're pro-lifers. I have to make sure that Jex doesn't go too far with her content. Sometimes she can be a bit too creative. Oh, she's got the whole thing. Oh. Thank you for the subscription, RC Pinto. It works! Yay! All right, so we'll get it. You can see this little interview that was quite entertaining with Jex, who's also like a giga woman.
Rights. My guests, pro-life activist Rebecca Kiesling and reproductive health care advocate Jex Blackmore. Jex, I want to start with you in this segment. I've looked at your website and your social media.
Yeah,
you seem to be promoting abortion pills, which the CDC did allow through mail order. In fact, there are posters around the country now promoting abortion pills. I guess, number one, are they dangerous? And number two, are you advocating stocking up on abortion pills in case Roe versus Wade is overturned?
Yes, so they are incredibly safe, safer than Viagra or Tylenol. They've actually been in medical practice since 2000. So if you order it through the mail, they'd be the same thing you would receive if you were to walk into a clinic. And the change that recently happened is previously you had to actually physically go to a doctor to receive at least the first of the medication. And now you can get it sent to you through the mail on a sliding scale. And it is extremely easy and private and allows you to really self-manage your abortion. And Charlie, I want to share with you really quickly, like this year is mifepristone. This is the first of 2 pills you would take to end a pregnancy, and it would induce an abortion, this very pill, by blocking the hormone and allowing a pregnancy to grow. And I want to show you how easy it is and safe it is by taking it myself.
You're taking it. Are you? You're not pregnant, are you?
None of your damn business if she is.
I would say that this is going to end a pregnancy. This would be my
Rebecca,
3rd abortion.
Wow, that doesn't happen often. Rebecca, you're
She's like, what? And she won't say if she's pregnant or not. She's like, oh my God, what? What?
reaction. I mean, the CDC said, FDA says it's safe. It's apparently very easy. And the use of the abortion pill has increased 120%.
You fucking wonder why. I wonder why it's increased. Maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know. You know, maybe making normal abortions a bit more difficult to get. People have had to go to the abortion pill, which is problematic because you have to remember, different women, different bodies. If you're taking it, if you are someone who's of heavier weight, it's not even guaranteed to fucking work. You have to dose it properly. Some people may need to take a larger dose. So it is safe, yes, but it's not 100%, unfortunately, like an actual access to proper abortion care would be, for fuck's sakes. Taking these pills at home is the last resort of a lot of people. They shouldn't have to fucking do this. That's basically, this is the only avenue they really legally have left to offer people. It's fucked up. It's so fucked up. Ugh.
Man, what's your feeling on that? Are you okay with that?
We'll wait then. If the ad is starting, we shall wait momentarily. It hasn't triggered just yet. It will come in a moment. It will come and we will talk. But yeah, it's just, there's something that really pisses me off. Good morning, Lily. Hail Satan. That's something that really pisses me off is when people fucking stick their noses into people's bodies. Being a cis woman myself, I have had experiences where I have had people try to tell me what to do with my fucking body. I don't like it at all. I have gone, even here in Germany, I wanted to get sterilized, basically. And they're like, no. I'm like, well, why not? They're like, well, what if you want to have kids? You know, you may want babies one day. What are you going to do? You know, we can't do that because you're in a social country. They'll be like, yeah, nah, not happening, not happening. And I'm like, I don't want to have kids. Can I please get sterilized? And they're like, no, that's not happening. And I have to end up paying for the procedure myself. So yeah. Men, by the way, if they get like, basically a vasectomy, it's only like, I think 700 euros. Don't ask how much it is for a woman to get sterilized. It's very expensive. And plus it freaks me out a little bit getting it done because I have other health issues at the moment. So yeah, basically I got fucking denied because they're like, well, no, you know, you gotta have babies in the social system. I'm like, no, I don't want to have babies. The other thing that's really great is the fact that sometimes as a woman, you get asked things that you wouldn't be asked if you were male or male presenting, basically. The thing is that they'll ask you things like, whoa, like, when are you going to have kids? It's like, what does that have to do with you? I hate the fact that women are reduced to the fact of like, when are you going to expel a crotch goblin? What does it fucking matter? Like, please don't ask people about their reproductive plans because you have no idea, first of all, what's going on inside their body. They could have PCOS. They could have like all kinds of issues. They could have reproductive problems and you're asking these things. It's completely insensitive. My mother is one of those people that does this. My mother's hounded me for years for babies. Hounded me. And I'm just like, no, you have my biological brother in the US. He's got kids. Hang with them. He's kind of a dickhead, so that's not happening. So the thing is just don't push people about their reproductive plans. It's creepy. Good God. I remember she came to visit and my partner's like really good friend was visiting with like his girlfriend. And my mother's like, so when are you guys having babies? Little did she know they were on the rocks and they literally broke up right after that visit. So that was very awkward. What was that? Handsome abrasive watermelon? What is this? Oh God.
Head.
Oh
Talk
God.
your shit.
I think I saw this in the VOD.
You have the podium while I serve the 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour. Oh man, I hate it when men make gay porn and then I find myself on OnlyFans browsing through the gay porn section and then I just take my wallet out on accident and I input my credit card information and then I just unbuckle my pants.
Yeah, I was saying this before he said this
and
as
I
well.
just start dropping hot fucking loads to the gay porn. I hate when that happens. Why did the society make me masturbate to gay porn? I hate it.
Yeah, tripping you.
Stop
Fucking start
tempting
throwing
me.
hot loads to gay porn. Yeah, I saw that. Don't you hate it sometimes where you just kind of trip and all of a sudden you're throwing hot loads to fucking gay porn? Oh, you gotta watch those corners. Dangerous. Everything's just so dangerous. Oh God. Oh. Okay, I think the ad break's over. We've learned about hot loads and gay pornography and people accidentally watching it. And yeah, and now let's get back to watching this woman over here lose her shit because she took a pill. Oh God, what's she gonna do?
Well, first of all,
oh God.
I have a lot of friends who had abortions through the abortion pill, and really there's no dignity in losing your baby, screaming in your bathroom and going through contractions and having to scoop up your, baby's part off.
Yeah, well, maybe, just maybe, there'd be more dignity if there was a facility you could go to where you could be, safe with someone who knows what they're doing to, assuage any fears you have, to comfort you, to help you through the process, to, give you a hand to hold on to while you fucking do it, you bitch! But they're gone, Rebecca! Bitch. You have friends that did it. Well, you're still friends with them, huh? Must not be that terrible if you're still fucking friends with them.
Off the bathroom floor. You can reverse the abortion pill. First of all, I have babies named after me where I help connect them to doctors who could give them the regimen of hormones that they need in order to reverse the abortion pill. There are many women who end up regretting after taking the first pill, and they can go through that abortion pill reverse. Just look up abortionpillreversal.com.
Sis, use some fucking headphones.
It still ends a human life. It's not safe for the baby, obviously. And
are you okay?
There's no dignity in
Let
this.
me just take a little bit. Are you? There's a morning after pill that you can get over the counter. Are you okay with a morning after pill? That apparently is not an abortion. It's different, medically different. Rebecca?
Well, the American College of OB/GYN defines pregnancy, I think, as implantation. So they'll say that it doesn't, it's not an abortion, but it operates 3 ways. So it can prevent ovulation, but if there is ovulation, it can prevent
I think what Rebecca's shitty audio is trying to say that they don't think the morning after pill is problematic yet. Life begins at getting cream pied. Yes, it begins at getting creamed. Yes, because they're right up in there with the camera going, all right, let's see. There it is. It's getting in the egg. Oh, it's so stupid. But yeah, because, if it was a man's body, it'd be different. I love the fact that a lot of counter arguments of the fact of okay, if access to mifepristone becomes a problem, if I can talk, if that becomes problematic, men shouldn't get Viagra anymore. Watch the laws change so fast. Cialis, no. Viagra, no. No more chemical boners for you. No more boners. No more boner pills. They'd be like, hold on. Maybe, hear me out, guys. Maybe, just maybe, it's not that bad. Maybe we can let it slip a bit, Because I need to be able to get a boner to have sex with my mistress so I can feel like I'm still a young hangst who can actually, get the job done. Otherwise, I'm going to feel not man enough. So yeah, take the boner pills away. That's where you get them. That's where you fucking get them, right there. But no, they won't let that happen. Just because, we're women. We're the brooding cows. We have to put up with it because we got to take that load and expel those babies.
And that takes about a week after a child is conceived. And so, if you value life and child conceived, then that's something that you absolutely want to do. When it's a shame that women aren't even given that information, that they're not told the truth about how they
I would put
operate,
subtitles on, but even the subtitles wouldn't get it.
Life aren't even trusted with such information.
Okay, real quick, I only have a limited time here.
First of all, Rebecca,
I want each of your...
fix your fucking audio is what he should say. Fix your fucking audio. Ignoring notifications is rude. Okay. Yeah, no more finasteride for the baldies. Oh no! Yeah, boner pills can kill you. Like, they can have a little too much fun. Funnily enough, though, they were discovered while doing, like, research for heart issues and blood pressure issues, which is kind of funny. So, yeah, they just increased the blood pressure in a certain other area, if you know what I mean. But, yeah. Oh, God, this woman's audio is so fucking trash. You know what we need to do? Like, if you want to go after women for abortions, men can't masturbate anymore. I'm saying it. No more socks. No more towels. No more fleshlights. No more tissues. None of that. That's murder. Murder. You're murdering billions with a B. No. No more gooning. No. No more hot ropes. Unless it's inside of a God-fearing woman, God damn it. You better be impregnating with all them shots. You're not making socks or towels pregnant no more. None of that shit. It's gotta be inside a vagina. And I don't mean a pocket pussy. Those don't count. No. You gotta get work done. So that's the thing. You're gonna have to save your seed until you find the right woman and you decide to have children together. And only then will you be able to use it. Because remember, every sperm is sacred. Every sperm is good. Every sperm is needed in your neighborhood. That's not a Monty Python reference. Yes. So no more of that. Start saving it up there, buddies. Put that shit away. No more towels. None of that. Keep it. Don't be a heathen and spill it upon the dusty ground. God shall surely punish them for every sperm that can't be found. Y'all are in trouble. Damn. Think about how many sperms you've killed in your lifetime. Think about that. Yep. Tuck it in. Gooning season's over.
Your opinion on Roe versus Wade, how the Supreme Court will rule, because there is a case, at least it's up there now. Rebecca, real quick, this case that they're talking about, how do you think the Supreme Court will rule?
True, but they don't know that.
Well, I think that the court usually would tailor a case to what's in front of them. This statute is only a 15-week abortion ban.
What?
It's not a complete abortion ban. And it was interesting that the abortion lobby really was arguing the case that in order to uphold the statute, you have to overturn Roe versus Wade. But I think that Justice Roberts is not inclined to do that. And I think there may be another conservative justice that won't fully overturn.
I think the Lord's doing us a favor and making sure we don't hear what Rebecca has to say because it's basically bullshit. Yep.
Roe versus Wade. I think they may chip away at it, but I don't think that this will entirely overturn Roe versus
Shut the fuck up, Rebecca.
Right.
Shut the fuck up, Rebecca. Shut the fuck up, Rebecca.
Another case going to come. Jex, real quick, your prediction on what
Jex,
this Supreme Court will do with
audio.
the case that's in front of it right now.
I can't say for sure, and I also want to note that it doesn't actually matter because we are going to continue accessing abortion through shareabortionpill.info.
Go off, sis.
We can manage our own abortion, and we've actually, through the mail, expanded and increased access to abortion more than we ever have before.
All right, well, we certainly will be watching this case, no question about that. First of all, thank you. I appreciate both of you being here today. And again, we will follow up on this issue. All right, coming up.
Good thing this video was safe. Jex is known for doing a lot of really interesting artistic installations that involve a lot of blood and boobs. So, whew. I was like, please don't have a channel intro. Please don't have a channel intro. So, yeah. All right. We'll probably watch the one where they went after the First Amendment rights. We've seen this one. We've seen this site. Yep. And then probably after that, I'm not going to do daddy hunting today. No daddy hunting. I'll probably just play a random game or something. Maybe we'll go steal some phones from some people in the Big City Little Kitty game again. We'll see. But yes, this is basically about the Satanic Temple's protest for the First Amendment rights. It happened a couple of years back. This is older. Basically, this was them going against religious monuments on government property. So I am going to have to click away for a short moment because there is a teeny weeny amount of like art TOS because, you know, a couple of fucking streamers decided to go really far with the damn, you know, artistic freedom rule that came out and then went really far. And now they've gone way backwards to where like you don't know where the fuck you are with anything. So yeah, fun times. So if you see me click away for a few seconds, that's why, because I don't know where I stand with this because of some dipshits having to look at fucking furry porn. Wubby, son of a, had to just push it. Ah. So don't mind me like hovering here with the time so I can see it. Let me give this to Zenodo. There's the link. Okay.
Good people of Arkansas and supporters of religious liberty, I present to you Baphomet.
What did Jesus say? In the last days, there would be a war on the saints. Here's a clear example of the war on the saints.
I think the way the state has been trying to frame our battle is one of the Satanic Temple versus Arkansas, or Satanists versus Christians. And what I'm trying to show is that that's not the case. And we're not protesting against, we're rallying for pluralism and real religious liberty. We are literally on the front lines in the war against encroaching theocracy.
The statue itself has these children like they're flocking to Satan. You know, we want our children to get to heaven. We don't want them in hell for all eternity.
Hi! The Satanic Temple is not a group of devil worshippers, but liberal political activists who oppose the increasing influence of the religious right in American politics. Based out of Salem, Massachusetts, and led by their co-founder, Lucien Greaves, today they're in Arkansas to protest at the state capitol in the name of constitutional rights. What's the mood like?
I'm not sure what the general mood is.
The baby thing was their like performance at an abortion clinic. I can't show that one because there are images from the abortion protesters that have some pretty grotesque pictures on it that we can't see. And they basically went outside the abortion clinic and just do performative things instead of engaging because, like they said, they can't have conversations that are rational with these people. So instead, they just go freak them out and make their points. So yeah, they disrupt.
Rather isolated since I've gotten in. This is the first time we're putting together our own rally, and we're doing exactly what the state politicians said would never happen, bringing our monument onto the Capitol grounds.
The monument depicts Baphomet, an anthropomorphized winged goat figure associated with occult and mystical traditions, with two children at his feet. Even though these activists don't actually believe in a physical Satan, they know that Christians do. And exploiting God-fearing Republicans' belief in the devil is one of their tactics. They harness the power of satanic imagery and symbolism in dramatic public demonstrations to draw attention to their left-wing causes.
There we are.
Their latest target is Arkansas and a Ten Commandments monument, which was recently installed on the Capitol grounds. and which they claim, in isolation, violates the First Amendment's ruling on the separation of church and state.
The Ten Commandments monument is illegal if it remains up in exclusion.
And I will admit that Lucian does look like a Bond villain because of his eye. He admits that a couple of times. So yeah. Yes, I had a moment. I was a Google streamer there for a moment. You saw it. I'm sorry, LB. You'll get I've given it back to LB already. You saw nothing, okay? You didn't see it.
Other monuments of religious expression, if they allow our monument to be erected on the same Capitol grounds, that would legalize the Ten Commandments, and it would also stand as testament to our respect for pluralism and religious liberty and First Amendment values.
So here it is in all its glory, the offending Ten Commandments monument. It's in the surrounding grounds of the Capitol. It's protected, as you can see, by these sturdy bollards.
Hold on, it always makes me think of this. 1 second, let me pull it up. Let me get it 1 second. A lot of people probably will not know this clip. But I do. It always comes to mind. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, yes. Ah, yes, yes, yes. It's so freaking old, too. Like, Okay, so.
Moses went to the mountain, and God spoke unto him.
Moses, this is the Lord thy God, commanding you to obey my law. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, I hear you. A deaf man could hear you.
What?
Nothing, Garnish, forget it. Oh, Lord, why have you chosen me? What would you have me do for you?
I shall give you my laws, and you shall take them unto the people.
Yes, Lord!
This is my favorite bit from an older movie. I know it's stupid.
Lord, I shall give these laws unto thy people. Hear me! Oh, hear me! All pay heed! The Lord Jehovah, has given unto you these 15...
Oi.
Oi. 10
commandments
for all to obey.
That's one of my favorite scenes. I know it's so fucking dumb, but just the bonk. Oi. 10 commandments. Like, Mel Brooks is an amazing, like, just very amazing comedian. I love Mel Brooks. He's my favorite. He's great. So yeah, that's always what I think whenever I see the 10 commandments. That's just going in my head, like, these 15 clunk. Oi. 10 commandments. That's from the History of the World Part 2. It's a really great movie. It's old as shit, and it's probably got a couple of things where you're like, but yeah.
Because the first day it was erected last summer, a man drove into it with his car, destroying it.
Fuck for that.
The Ten Commandments monument was a donation from an evangelical senator who claims it was not a religious gesture. It simply represents the morals that this great nation was founded upon. The Satanic Temple disagree. They think this seems like a very religious gesture, and they want proof that it's not. So they're offering a donation of their own, which happens to be a statue of Baphomet, and they think that if the Capitol rejects their donation, that proves that this gesture is a violation of the constitutional separation of church and state. What is the goal of today? Is it to get the Ten Commandments taken down? Is it to get Baphomet alongside it? Or is it a wider cause?
The 10 temples suing Louisiana to put their 5 tenants in schools after they forced the 10 commandments in them last week. Yep, they're at it. We watched the clip about them basically going after the schools for putting after-school programs in from evangelical churches and things like that, and them demanding access to these same clubs as, like, basically they had put, like, youth ministers or, like, clergy in schools to be, like, counselors, and they demanded that they also be given the same right. So yeah, everything. You had to help LB with French things. Ah, oh la la. The France! But yeah, they're basically just throwing a spanner in the works and going, fuck you, not like this.
The rise of theocratic efforts within American politics has been at play for generations now, but it's really coming to a head, you see, with the election of Donald Trump and the rise of evangelical nationalism. I think the more this
2025
happens,
plan?
the more our numbers grow.
So what is it about Arkansas and the Ten Commandments being here that makes it, more problematic?
I mean, we can only fight one of these at a time, but the fact of the matter is that this isn't our first run at this.
The Satanic Temple was involved in a similar effort in 2015, which led to the removal of a Ten Commandments monument from the grounds of the Oklahoma State Capitol.
Get fucked.
There are monuments to the Ten Commandments at government buildings all over America. I was allowed inside the Capitol building to meet Senator Rapert,
AKA
the man
asshole.
who sponsored the bill to erect the Ten Commandments monument here in Arkansas. What is it about the Ten Commandments?
This is the face of a deeply unsatisfied man. This is a man who feels like his morals and his religion is the sum of who he is, and he needs to prove to people that he's a good person. But in all reality, he's probably a very vile person. Some of the most adamant religious people are hiding nasty sides. I am not saying this out of a generalization. I had a very religious grandmother who was German. She had immigrated to the US. Like, my mom's mom had immigrated to the US after the war. And she was someone that was very disgusting. It was pretty gross. She basically wreaked havoc with her religion. She didn't allow my aunt to be who she wanted to. So I actually have one other aunt that's still living, but basically, oh yeah, the name, his name's not allowed. Yeesh. I'll have to edit that later. We'll say yes for now, but I'll fix that later. Basically, my grandmother was one of these people who I think she did some pretty bad shit. I know nothing about previous family history from that side. I know about my dad's side, but not my mom's. It's a very secretive thing that my mother knows nothing about, because my grandmother basically married a soldier and rode him over to the US after the war. I say that because she basically did just use him to get her green card, and get settled there in her citizenship, and then she left him. And basically what happened with her is my aunt, who I think from my own feelings was probably most likely trans, expressed to my grandmother that she did not like men. And my grandmother looked her in the eyes and said, I didn't hear what you just said. It was never said. I heard nothing. And my aunt really loved my grandmother a lot, and she respected her, and she was a very well-educated woman. She had basically a lot of degrees. She ended up getting a PhD in social work from the University of Michigan, and she was very accomplished. She worked with the Navajo community in Arizona with social work, all these type of things. She was a very accomplished woman, but she never, ever had a fulfilling relationship in all 63 years she was alive. My aunt ended up dying alone in a hospice of cervical cancer because I think she hated her body. So she ignored a lot of the signs, and she never really went to the doctor and got anything checked out. And I remember the last time I talked to her on the phone, she wasn't all there. And I just thanked her because whenever she'd come visit me, I would take her to places. I would take her to a really great lesbian bars in the area. We would go out, we'd go to all the pride activities and everything, and she could be herself here. But the moment she would get back home and be around my grandmother, she wasn't herself anymore. And she became very bitter because of it. She was very bitter, and I can't hate her for that. My aunt was a very complicated person because of that. And I consistently saw my grandmother basically trying to buy her way into heaven with her behavior. And she was one of these people who was donating to the church. She had lived in Florida for a while. She sold the house and she gave $100,000 to the church and then moved in with my mother, who then had to fund everything because she gave all her goddamn money to the church, which is bullshit. So yeah, it's just one of those things where I am not a fan of religion at all because of that. I remember I was home visiting and my grandmother was still alive and she was living with my mother. And funny fact is my mother's German is kind of so-so, even though she lived here for so long. Her German's I think she's forgotten a little bit of it over the years. So I was sitting there with my grandmother and she looks at me and she goes, "Did your mother get you baptized?" I'm like, I don't know. I think so. She said, good, because otherwise you're going to hell. I'm like, what? And I looked at her, and in the best German possible, I looked at her and I said, you will end up in hell. You will not buy your way into heaven. And that's where you end up. And if you hear any noises in the background, that is my dog barking in his sleep. I don't know if you can hear that. He's having a doggy dream, so he's boofing. But yeah, I basically told her that she's going to end in hell no matter how much. Did you hear him? You did? Yeah, he does that a lot. He sleep barks a ton. But yeah, I basically told her that she's going to end up in hell. No matter how much she tries to buy her way into heaven, she's not getting in. So yeah, she lived to 94. My aunt died at 63. Pieces of shit. That's what she was. She was an old piece of shit, and she can rest in piss. My mother never did anything with her ashes, which is great. She still got them just in a plastic bag laying around. Great. Bitches in a plastic bag on top of the refrigerator in the garage. Get fucked, Omi. Bitch. Sorry. We'll start this for a minute again still, and then we'll pause it because an ad's coming.
Being on the lawn in Arkansas that has upset other groups, especially the Satanic Temple.
Well, it's very important for you to know we have many monuments on the Arkansas Capitol grounds, but we did not have any monument that actually spoke to the historical and moral foundation of law.
Bullshit.
So we decided that the Ten Commandments, which is one of the first recorded written codes of law ever, we thought that that would be a good and proper thing and very fitting. The bottom line is we have an act that created the Arkansas Ten Commandments Monument Act. The monument was put up, and the monument will be defended. And if the Ten Commandments are good enough for the United States Supreme Court, it's good enough for the people of Arkansas.
So we'll pause it because there's an ad. I fucking hate these stupid ass ads. But yes, I am a vengeful bitch. I am vengeful for a reason. I remember everything. I hold grudges. I hold grudges with motherfuckers that are dead. I don't care. But you do someone I love or a friend of mine dirty, I am never fucking forgetting it. I'll never forget. I never forget it. I think I told a story a while back about someone who I knew in school that was an absolute dick, kicked my chair out from underneath me, treated me horribly, and that they died of leukemia a couple years back. And I literally laughed when I found out, and to this day, I'm still like, rip bozo. That's bad, I know. And they had kids and stuff too when they died, but nope. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's horrible. But they were like, I'm a very firm believer that when you're a teenager and you're acting a certain way with people, something really dramatic will have to happen in your life for you to change as a person. You know, that's the thing. I feel bad for the kids for having that person as a dad. But a lot of the time, unfortunately, I've been proven correctly that if someone was a certain way around the age of 18, they're still that way at 40. Yeah. Have you considered necromancy to settle the grudges? Nah, it could go bad. I just piss on their grave. That's good enough for me. Do a little wee, just a little tinkle. That'll take care of it. So yeah, and the ad break ends and everybody's coming back to me talking about pissing on graves. Come back. All right, back at it.
Is Baphomet ever going to be allowed to be on the lawn?
Of course not. I've said it personally many times. It'll be a very cold day in hell before anyone is able to force us to put up a monument of a profane statue on the grounds of the Arkansas Capitol.
Guess what, motherfucker? It's about to freeze over.
For the fundamentalist Christian counter-protesters from American Needs Fatima, this has nothing to do with First Amendment rights.
Look at this pageantry.
And everything to do with literal Satan. While Lucian and the Satanic...
Fun fact. What is that called in English? I forget what it's called in English. Bagpipe. It's called a Dudelsack in German. It's a great name. Come on, it's brilliant.
Temple acknowledge they're using the spectre of Satan. Somewhat ironically, believers on the other side see this goat-headed fellow as something much more real and sinister.
I think it could lead to a lot of darkness and open the floodgate to hell, honestly.
Look at these people.
American Needs Fatima couldn't get their permits in time, which is
because they're stupid. They couldn't get their permits for the same day. Get fucked. We are a Christian nation. No to Satan. Look at these dipshits. Oh my God. Ew. Let's go back a bit.
You say
Have a
apparently-
peruse of these signs. In order for God to be on our side, we must first be on his side. But didn't he create us? Like, how does that make sense? So if you smite God, he'll kill us like an anthill or something, or what? What the fuck? Huh? I don't get that. Woe to what? Oh, Gramps' head's in the way of that one. Oh, look at God always, Satan never. Wow, we just got to keep it simple, don't we? Oh, God.
Tomorrow,
Let's see. Is this something about honking for Jesus? That God always, Satan never. Satan has no rights. Look at this. They love having topless Jesus on those signs, don't they? They're like, come on, guys. We got to rally tomorrow. Get the really fit Jesus out on the cross because we got to make him look good when he suffers. What the fuck? Many help. What Mary help? Is that Mary or many help of Christians? Something shitty text Jesus. Okay. I love when they play sports and everyone is praying at the same dude to empower them and smite the other dudes and they're also worshiping. Yeah, it's kind of like conflicting. It's like, dear Lord, let us triumph. And God's like, hold on a second. We've got some confliction going on here. Whose side am I supposed to be on? The fuck? Everybody wins? Yeah? That's how mediocrity was born? Yeah? Everybody just be all right? Yeah? Yeah? Here's the thing, though, that we do have to remember with a lot of these religious people. I feel really bad for these children because these poor children have no choice in what they're learning or what they're being taught. A lot of these kids are probably being homeschooled and being withheld from a lot of information that would empower them or help them as they get older to really find out who they are and, you know, be more comfortable being in their skin. They're also putting them in a situation that unfortunately a lot of churches are statistically where most people have assaults happen. That's the fucked up part. And no one can lie on that. Like there's numbers supporting it. So you're potentially putting your kid in danger. I mean, it's unfair to say that everyone within religion does this. That's not the case. There's a lot of really amazing churches, etc. But because you're denying your child access to certain information around bodily autonomy, knowing their body or knowing things, they won't recognize abuse when it's happening. And I kind of get the feeling that the church likes them not knowing that abuse is happening. Kinda, just a little bit. So it really irks me that they just kind of disenfranchise these children so young to where they can't really have like knowledge of their body and know what's wrong and what's not wrong. It's really fucked. Yeah, the Catholic Church supporting and protecting child molesters. That's why a lot of Germans left the church here. That's a W German thing, actually. That came out a couple years back, and a lot of Germans left the Catholic Church here. They're bleeding numbers massively. Germans are becoming less and less active within the church, and the religions are going, oh God, no, what are we going to do? Where are we going to get the money for our churches? Oh, boo fucking who? Who gives a shit? People don't like it. A lot of Germans are kind of following the way of like, you know, I don't need that. I can find community, like you can find community at the local freaking pub, or you just go to like the festivals or your local like carnival when it happens. People find community there. Most German community, let's be real, is the garden fence or the garden or the corner of the street where the Omas meet up and talk about who got taken away in an ambulance last night. Did you see the Krankenwagen outside of somebody's house? You know, the Oma telephone line. That's exactly how it works. They're hanging out their windows. They're talking. That's the community. Somebody out mowing their lawn or clipping the bushes and they just jab about shit for like 20 minutes. That's the community most Germans have. No one goes to church for that. No one really gives a shit, you know? Or you'll go to like the carnival or like the little every like village usually has like a little festival or like some type of like Feuerwehrfest, like a fire department festival where they like raise money for the like local fire department and they'll go drink and just chill and grill. That's more of a community than the churches, to be fair. Germans need beer to have a community. Communal wine's not enough.
The Satanists actually show up here. So this group is quite literally protesting to no people. And they're really just sort of performing for the cameras here.
What? The 11th century Roman Catholic Church in a village I grew up in fell apart. Even God left the Catholic Church. He was like, yeah, nah, I'm out. Schützenfest is peak German community. And yeah. Yeah. Beer and guns. Woo. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's actually a Schützenfest close to me recently. I noticed that. I was like, oh, cool. I don't go do that type of stuff. I'm not overly
It's just
interested,
a whole
but
lot
yeah,
of open road.
definitely.
The Satanic Temple doesn't arrive till tomorrow.
Tomorrow is when the statue's going to be here for some reason.
Yo,
Doing their
bungled
protest
your
with the statue.
permits, huh?
We came today, I guess, because today is the day of Assumption. Today is when Mary rose to heaven. So we want them to get the message that...
I keep pausing a lot. I think religion can be a nice crutch to a harsh reality, but I also think it can make things harder and give people complexes from forcing them to deny themselves. Yes. Religion can be very empowering for some people in communities where they have no, like for people in areas that have no community, the church does do a lot. To be fair, there are things like Caritas here in Germany, which is funded by the taxpayers' money from the church. Caritas does do a lot of really amazing things. When I was really poor, Caritas helped me. They didn't want that I was in the church. They just helped me in general. They have kindergartens as well that Caritas runs. My nephew went to a Caritas kindergarten, really well funded. The cool part was with the religion part is the children were free to go in there when the pastor was there or when the church was there. They didn't have to take part. They didn't have to do any like type of religious stuff. It was optional to the children. It was never forced on them. The kindergarten understood that. So there was the option if the kids wanted to, they could, they didn't have to. And then on top of it, you have a lot of like women's shelters that are run by Caritas as well. I do donate a lot of my stuff to like women's homes. Like if I have like old clothing or if I have like things for my nephew that my sister's getting rid of, we've given all of his old baby stuff to women's shelters because they really need it. Things like that. But Caritas is having less and less money. They do have like literal like homes where people can stay. I do know during the migrant crisis, like when there was just not enough places for a lot of migrants, that the Caritas stepped in as well and helped. And, you know, that was in the beginning when people were still positive. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Like Germans literally collected millions of things and got all these things and gave like all these supplies and money to these migrants who came with the migrant. A lot of people don't fucking see this. Mainstream media didn't talk about it. You know what, you guys? The Germans really positively, like a lot of Germans reacted very positively to the migrant wave. They helped. They fucking helped. People collected clothing, food, they raised money, and they fucking helped. There were people literally welcoming the trains when they first fucking got here. But then you had shit like Pegida, which is what Antifa, fucking not Antifa, fucking AFD used to be. Those dipshits started talking about all the Muslim shit. No, fuck them. Germans at their core are good and want to help. They don't give a fuck about the migrant shit. But then you get like AFD going, where they're going to take all your resources. They're going to take all this. You've got inflation. And they talk and get this shit into people's heads and they believe it. And it's really fucking disappointing because I was very proud at that time to really just see people actually not be assholes for a few minutes. But it changed, of course, because that's just the way of things. But yeah, a lot of people opened up their homes to families and let them in. During the Ukraine crisis, the same thing as well. Like my nephew had a friend in elementary school that started there, and this kid had come over on his own at 7. He'd seen dead bodies on his way over from Afghanistan. He went by himself, and when he finally got there, he is like doing great. He's amazing in school now. He went to Realschule. My nephew went to a gymnasium, but they still talk. And his family's finally here. They're well adjusted and they're happy. The mom's a nurse, which a lot of fucking nurses in Germany are not Germans. So let's remember that. If we get rid of the migrants, there goes the whole medical system. So yeah, like it's bullshit. Oh my God, I got on that tangent because of religion. Oh, but yeah, remember that. Like not everything you see online or the news that's presented to you, as always, you guys aren't dumb. You know, a lot of it's propaganda or from a very skewed lens to push a narrative that someone's trying to push. And there are a lot of really good Germans, and I don't think Germany's lost to the far right. I don't think it is. I think a lot of people are just very tired of a lot of what's going on. The energy crisis hit a lot of people really fucking hard here, to where, like, just like in England, a lot of grannies are freezing in the winter because they can't afford to pay for their gas. Gas prices skyrocketed because allegedly the United States needed to make sure that Russia couldn't sell any fucking gas, but we still get it over other countries anyway, so what the fuck was the point? So yeah, like a lot of people were hit hard. Germany's not perfect either. There's a lot of problems here as well. You know, people are turning to the voices that are saying what they want to hear without being informed properly. And what happens is more and more of the political parties need to canvass social media more like the AFD does to combat it. But they're all just fucking fighting amongst themselves with dumb shit, with budgets and stuff like that anyway. And you've got useless fucking Schultz in office. So yeah, I'm hoping that people see that there was a lot of people who are not for fascism bullshit here. The government is covering its ass with a lot of stuff because we are cucked to Israel. I mean, what are you going to fucking do? To be honest, like, it is a very sticky situation. You know, there was the opinion that Germany really should have just said we align with what EU says and all that, but you know, them's the shitty breaks. But yeah, don't lose faith in anything. Like, it'll hopefully, like, people will be reminded that Germans have learned to not look away and to open their mouths, that don't just look at the older generation and don't look at the younger dipshits who are influenced by TikTok. There's a lot of really good Germans that are active in politics and who are not giving up hope. So yeah, we may be a bit shitty right now, but we'll get there. I try to be a bit, you know, positive about that. That's the only thing, because I'm not fucking giving up. I'm gonna go kicking and screaming. Fuck if I get a fascist government. Hell no.
There's only one leader, and that's God.
The Satanists sort of claim that they don't really believe in Satan. It's more like mockery, that what they do.
The left is in fucking shambles as well here.
Is more kind of theater. And yet the irony is that you guys believe in Satan and that he's a real threat.
Right. Well, the thing is that the devil himself, Lucifer, Satan, you know, he wants everyone to believe.
Thank you for the
fake.
follow. Nice
name. If he can convince everyone else in the world that he doesn't exist, then he's succeeded. And a lot of people live like there is no evil in this world, that, you know, everything's so relative and all of this.
We don't want to say this, ma'am, but one of the evils is religion in the way it persecutes people at times, ma'am. Evil exists within the hearts of people because shit happens to them that's really fucked up. Or they're not loved enough when they're kids, or they're told that they're wrong or broken when they're kids because of some goofy religion their parents followed. So, yeah, look at those poor kids, man. I'm not a big fan of babies, but I feel bad for those kids having those moms. Like, yeah, they probably don't go to fucking school.
But that's not the
fucking
case.
Homeschool. It's a spiritual war, but it's a war on...
Lord, bless them on their journey.
Basically, they're watching the Satanic Temple protest the First Amendment rights thing on the grounds of a state building. So it's basically just them reminding the state that religion and state is separate and fighting for it.
Bless them as they go into the hotel room. And we pray, Lord, it's a special blessing for her. So we see her tomorrow.
Thank you.
She have a safe trip back. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray.
Welcome in.
Amen. That was lovely. They prayed for us, guys, so we can't fail now.
She's being positive about the
You're on the right team.
Yes.
Is this the most effective way you guys can think of to furthering this cause? Have you thought about maybe sitting down and having a conversation, or is that not possible?
Well, we have conversations all the time. We're always going to approach things by legal means. I think if most Christians are honest about it, they'll admit that they're just pretty much picking and choosing what they will believe and what they won't. And I think the more people become comfortable culturally identifying with their religions and realizing that they don't have to pretend they believe in things that are simply intellectually insulting today, that they can still have their ethics, their symbols, that they can still use this metaphorically to contextualize their lives, I think we'll find a lot of people identifying non-theistically with their religions. I think we're just a little bit ahead of the game.
But that forward thinking hasn't been shared by everyone on the other side. At Lucian's top-secret Airbnb, the mood was decidedly anxious as he prepared to set off to join the rally. So you've had more threats than usual, personal threats?
Yeah, that's my understanding. We have neo-Nazis coming to protest us, and we also have some national leader of the KKK showing up, from what I understand.
Have you ever worn a bulletproof vest before?
No, I haven't worn a bulletproof vest out. I think the odds of me getting shot are fairly slim, but just the same, I figure if I was laying down, bleeding out from a shot to the chest, I would have been a little bit embarrassed thinking that I had a bulletproof sitting back at the house.
The last thing, it would be a bit of a faux pas if I didn't wear my bulletproof vest and I ended up bleeding out. Jesus Christ. Thank you for the follow, Marble Honey. Yeah, isn't that interesting that when you don't get what you want and you want to prove that your God's great, you start threatening people with death threats. That's an interesting way of going about it. I'm pretty sure, you know, the Lord's real keen on that one. The fuck? Seriously. You there, you're doing bad things. Religion will get you, but not if I get you fast, damn it. Like, what? Okay, that doesn't make sense, but cool. So much for differences and the Lord judging you. Not if Moff Smith and Wesson get you first, boy. God damn. It's really irritating that the fact that a lot of abortion clinics are threatened heavily by Christians and extreme Christians who will literally go in and like set bombs, and you know, people have been killed before because of this. It's just they're so set in their beliefs that they think that the Lord is guiding their hand with this shit, and it's scary. It's basically religious extremism, and they're like, oh no, that's the Lord's. It's like, no, what you're doing is, you know, kind of fucked up a lot. I'm pretty sure if God came down and basically looked at you and went, I don't remember writing this shit in the Bible. Thou shalt shoot up an abortion clinic, huh? Holy shit, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, damn. We have a huge raid. My Lord Jesus. Hello? Everybody's killing my stream. Well, welcome into my stream. Jesus Christ, 240.
Anyway, fuck the police.
Tofu Ghost, shout out. Fuck the police. Oh,
I don't know.
tickled
Just
by that
something
one.
that I was thinking about. Anyways, fuck the police.
Very true. Fuck the police. My...
Chat, what do we chat?
Thank you
What do
very
we
much,
think?
Tofu Ghost, for the raid. God damn. Oh, my poor alerts are going. Trying to catch up. Oh, well, welcome in to my stream. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you. Oh yeah, the crypto content creators here. How's the crypto doing, Tofu? Oh my god, it's the sit on your face one over and over again, isn't it? Oh, you smashed my follower goal, thank you. Okay, so we're going to the moon. Wee! Bang zoom to the moon with the followers. LB's giggling. The little giggles always in chat make me think LB's up to no good. Ah! Okay, I may have to actually turn my alerts up. Oh! People already summoning shit. No, Bob. This is Bob. If you have points, you can redeem things. Bro. Alerts. We may have to turn you off. Come on, we can do this. Come on. Are we caught up almost? Oh, no, we're not. We are not caught up. Oh, girl, we're not caught up. Well, we'll just let her keep going. We're talking anyway. Welcome in to my weird little corner of the internet. It's fun and weird. We've been talking about basically the Satanic Temple and how they are not the Satanists you think they are. They are fighting for rights, bodily autonomy, and basically keeping the fucking church out of public places, like government buildings and schools. We're almost there. 2 more, then we got it. But yeah, we're basically watching them protesting a First Amendment rights statue that was on the grounds of a state capitol. You know, state, not supposed to have that shit there. But yeah, we've been talking about their W's. They are also fighting for abortion rights. I believe we're almost caught up. There it is, we're caught up. Let's go. That's the last one. Thank you very much for all the follows. I very much so appreciate it. And thank you again, Tofu, for the raid. God damn. That was great. Thank you. So yes, we're talking about the Satanic Temple. Basically, the fact that they are fighting for your rights in the United States. They're fighting for your abortion rights. They're fighting for your right to basically have not have the church in your fucking school, to have your bodily autonomy, all those fun things. And it's amazing to see the work they do and how they end up really using the system to go, yeah, you know, you guys say that churches do this stuff and churches are allowed for these things. Well, we're going to do it our way. So yeah, they basically abuse the exact same system that the churches abuse to get their rights through. It's great. And thank you. We broke our follower goal. Holy shit, we hit 400 followers. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. We need to celebrate. Hold on. What type of celebration should we do? Let me see. I haven't thought about celebration songs. I'm a very dour person. Why yeah, let's go with that one, since LB likes to use a lot. Yes. Let's go with that one. Deep, deep, deep. Why do I do this over here? Okay. Did it. I'll go with this one. Why not? a celebration.
You should drive drunk, you should drive drunk, you should drive. You should drunk drive, you should drive.
For the 400 followers.
You see what I'm saying? You should drive drunk, you should drunk drive, you'll be alright. You can drive, you'll be alright, you can make it home. Yeah, it's a crime, but it's fine if there's no one on the road. Drive better this way, cause you're more careful. Is that a dog or a child? I don't even wanna know. I just wanna go home to my family and smoke right away. I think about what I think she's gonna say. I just wanna go home, I just wanna go smoke right away. I think about what I think she's gonna say. You should drive drunk, you should drive drunk, you should drive. You should drunk drive, you should drunk drive, you'll be fine. See what I'm saying? You should drive drunk, you should drunk drive, you'll be fine.
Chat replay for this one.
You should think twice before getting in the car after drinking alcohol. Studies show that alcohol consumption for operating a motor vehicle decreases your motor skills and your motor functions and your. What are you doing? Hey. No, stop. No.
Get him. Bye. Remember, we're not saying to drive drunk. We do not endorse driving drunk. It was only a celebration. No. Time for these. We need to put silly things away. No more eyeballs. So yes, back to seriousness. Enough drunk driving. So, yes, back to the amendments, right? The Temple's First Amendment rights protest. Let's see. Maybe we can go back a little bit and you can watch the ridiculousness that is who is protesting against them, basically. They said, basically, all right, fine. If you guys are putting the 10 Commandments upon the church grounds, we have a statue of Baphomet that you can put there as well, because we too are a religion. You had to put the cat there, didn't you? You had to make this less serious. All right, fine. That's Percifer. He's going to listen while we talk. Basically, they said, take our statue. And they're like, no. So they're basically doing a symbolic rolling up of their statue to prove the fact that it's kind of hypocritical to allow the 10 Commandments there, which is a religious statement, but not allow an actual religion, which is the Satanic Temple, to put their statue there because, you know, religious equality, yeah, that doesn't exist. So you get to see all these, basically, Satan has no right. That's no fair. Satan has rights just like everyone else. Jeez, isn't that audacious? Satan doesn't have rights.
Apparently, American Eats Fatima couldn't get their permits.
Fun fact, yeah, they couldn't get their fucking permits in time, so now they're stuck protesting the day before.
In time, which is
Get fucked.
the excuse they're giving for not protesting tomorrow when the Satanists actually show up here. So this group is quite literally protesting to no people. They're really just
planning
for the cameras here. It's just a whole lot of open road.
An empty fucking street.
Till tomorrow.
Tomorrow is when the statue's going to be here for some reason and doing their protest with the statue. We came today, I guess. Today is the day of Assumption. Today is when Mary rose to heaven. So we want them to get the message that there's only one leader, and that's God.
The Satanists sort of claim that
woe
they
to you that call
believe
evil
in Satan.
good.
It's more like mockery.
Woe to me then, because evil's pretty fucking cool.
They do is more kind of theater, and yet the irony is that you guys believe in Satan,
Crotch
that
goblin
he's a real
toad.
threat.
Hey yo, I just noticed this is how many years ago, and these bitches were already on the Stanley Cup train. Kind of look at this shit.
The devil.
Look at the girlies. Look at the girlies. They're on the Stanley Cup train. Right there. Ha. See? They've always been there. They're just popular now. All the religious girlies were on the train first. Everybody just caught up.
Lucifer, Satan, you know, he
look at that shit.
everyone to believe that he's fake. If he can
Thank you for the
convince
follows.
everyone else in the world that he doesn't exist, then he's succeeded. And a lot of people live like there is no evil in
There
this
is
world.
no
that,
evil.
You know, everything's so relative and all of this, but that's not the case.
Right.
Okay, that thing, it needs to have liquid or something in it, and it needs to bobble more. I just keep looking at it, hoping that that's like sand that moves or something. That'd be wicked. What if it twirled? That'd be even better. Like twirling with liquid in it, bro. That would be so cool. Put like some alcohol, like with the pigment in it, so when it spins, it gets all cool and marbly, like a fidget spinner on Mary's head. I know that's disrespectful. I don't care. It just looks like it needs to have something jiggly in it. I'm sorry. It needs to be a cotton candy machine. What flavor would it be? The blood of Christ? So wine? You know? You know that used to freak me out as a kid? People talking about eating Jesus. I remember hearing about that and I'm like, people eat Jesus? We're zombies? What? Like, here is the body, the part of my body, the body of Christ. I'm like, it's a really shitty cracker. This is dried Jesus? I remember my mom being like, no, it's not dried Jesus. It's just a cracker. I'm like, bleh. They threw it on my shoulder. Don't do that on the floor. Those things are horrible. I remember I used to get them and I'd like hold it on my tongue. But if you held it on your tongue for too long, it would stick to the fucking roof of your mouth. So you'd be sitting in the pews afterwards, scraping communion out of the top of your mouth. The only thing you should be scraping out of the top of your mouth is cum, not communion, damn it. I didn't just say that. You heard nothing. The communion wafer sticks to the top of your fucking mouth. And you can't get wine because you're too young. So you can't wash that shit out. So you're just sitting there scratching away at this disgusting fucking cracker in the top of your mouth. Jesus crackers. It was horrible. Don't say cracker in chat. We don't know what'll happen. We're not going to try that. Communion. Exactly. That's the correct spelling. But it was disgusting. But blah, blah, blah. They're like weird wafer like things. I want to buy some. I think you should do a taste test. Maybe we should get some communion wafer taste tests and like test different brands and see who has the best Jesus wafer. Whose Jesus cookie is best? I'm going to taste test these 10 different Jesus wafers. You know, maybe get like little symbols put on them even. Just go around outside and just like hand them out. Oh, that's bad. Don't hand around Jesus wafers. That's even worse. No, bad. You like them in Spain. Wafer tier list. Yeah. Inget streamers banned. So please don't say it in chat. No. I had their snooze for 5 minutes. Well, thank you. Was that Zenodo? Zenodo, you snoozing shit? I think it is Zenodo who snoozed it. Zenodo is drunk on power. And if you like the emotes in chat, those are all cultivated by Zenodo. Zenodo's showing his true colors here. 100%. So there's a lot of very interesting emotes. Feel free to peruse all of them. They're all very interesting. And it wasn't Tiamani who added all of them. It definitely wasn't Tiamani. Oh, the spilled glue one. It's spilled glue. So yeah, I ahead of time, if an emote makes you feel uncomfortable, let me know and I will remove it. I've already kind of stopped Zenodo with a couple of them. I was like, no, that's enough. That's too far. That's good. One of my favorite is Kermit Gape. Kermit Gape's kind of funny because Kermit's a puppet. You know, he's gonna get a little bit stretched out over the years. Gotta get your hand up there. Oh my God, if you're going through all of them. In Russian Orthodox, we got wine as children, a couple sips, and communion was more like a small bread roll. Oh, small bread roll. That actually sounds tasty. It did get added, but I think you're misspelling it, Elysium. It is in there. I swear it was. But yeah, okay. Back to them with their... well, he's just really fighting with that flag, isn't he? Oof. That lady's trying to get pictures of Mary. I love looking at these little freeze frames to just see what everybody's doing. This kid's got water bottles and just standing there. This granny's getting hit in the face by the flag. This guy's fighting with that one. This dude looks like he's barely holding on. This guy looks like he's trying to watch his step. He's in the fucking way. And this guy probably wants to yell at him to get the fuck out of the way. So yeah, this guy just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's just holding the American flag. And she's taking pictures with is that an iPad? Oh, Jesus. Don't drop it!
Lord, bless them on their journey. Bless them as they go into the hotel room. And we pray, Lord, it's a special blessing for her.
Blessings.
So we see her tomorrow. She have a safe trip back. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. That was lovely. They prayed for us, guys, so we can't
Good
fail
sport.
now.
That's right.
Thank you for the prayer. I'm just kidding.
Is this the most effective way you guys can think of to further?
And yes, Lucian
this
Greaves
cause?
looks like a Bond villain.
Have you thought about maybe sitting down and having a conversation, or is that not possible?
Well, we have conversations all the time. We're always going to approach things by legal means. I think if most Christians are honest about it, they'll admit that they're just pretty much picking and choosing what they will believe and what they won't.
You're
And I
poking
think,
his eye out.
the more people
Bye-bye,
become
kitty.
comfortable culturally identifying with their religions and realizing that they don't have to pretend they believe in things that are simply intellectually insulting today, that they can still have their ethics, their symbols, that they can still use this metaphorically to contextualize.
That isn't his real name. It is a fake name because people would absolutely kill this man if they could. You know they would. In a second if they could find his real name.
Their lives. I think we'll find a lot of people identifying non-theistically with their religions. I think we're just a little bit ahead of the game.
But that forward thinking hasn't been shared by everyone on the other side. At Lucian's top-secret Airbnb, the mood was decidedly anxious as he prepared to set off to join the rally.
So you've had more threats than usual, personal threats?
Yeah, that's my understanding. We have neo-Nazis coming to protest us, and we also have some national leader of the KKK showing up, from what I understand.
You got nothing better to do, probably.
Have you worn a bulletproof vest before?
No, I haven't worn a bulletproof vest out. I think the odds of me getting shot are fairly slim, but just the same, I figure if I was laying down, bleeding out from a shot to the chest, I would have been a little bit embarrassed thinking that I had a bulletproof sitting back at the house. I could have just worn it, so.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are always, as always, very obvious that there is a large amount of alternative people within the Satanic Temple. It's just, you know, everybody likes black, of course, as well, because, you know, Baphomet. But, you know, that's just the way it is. A lot of us agree with it. I personally have always found a lot of things that align with me with the Satanic Temple because I like the fact that they're telling people to leave other people's fucking bodies alone and to keep their nose out of it and to basically, you know, not try to tell other people how to live. And that's really fucked up. They're fighting misinformation. They're fighting people trying to control other people's bodies. And they want people to be able to live their authentic lives. That's the main point. They want people to be able to have the autonomy and the resources to be able to live a fulfilled life. That's all anyone should really have. And that's a kind of religion or pseudo-religion that I can get behind. I agree 100% with that. Yeah, I heard about that one, Lily. I still find it hilarious the Christians couldn't get there. I have a couple of assholes, of course. That dude's weird. You gotta give the Satanists this, they do have pageantry as well.
Our very next speaker I know is long awaited by many of you, myself included, so I won't make you wait any longer. It is my pleasure to introduce Lucian Greaves.
Thank you. Good people of Arkansas and supporters of religious liberty, I present to you Baphomet, a symbol of pluralism, legal equality, tolerance, free inquiry, freedom of conscience, and reconciliation.
So we're gonna pause that for a second because I do have a break incoming, an ad break. So we'll gab a little bit so nobody misses the video. But yeah, the interesting part about a lot of this is a lot of these people are a part of the alternative community. And there are parts of the alternative community and goth community that are racist pieces of shit. Every community has that. But I do like to see people there supporting it and really just standing behind it. You got your arbor stuff. What? You're first thing, you can't do that because you did devil horns? Oh God. Yeah, there are people who are still like really weird with that symbol. They're like, oh, you're summoning the devil. Like, people praying over you is an actual fucking thing when you're different. Like, I've never been, like, I went to the United States for an exchange year in my mom's old high school. And holy shit, a woman prayed for me in public. And I was like, I was so really confused as to what the fuck I was supposed to do. Because I had never really experienced that before. Like, I get, like, Germans stare. They do that. They're really good at staring. They enjoy staring. It's just the way some people are. Like the elder Germans are very stare friendly. Like they stare a lot. Well, younger Germans have kind of gotten the like note and don't stare as much. But I'd get stared at. That was about it. But I never ever got prayed for. That shit was weird. I was kind of like, What? Okay, cool. That's fun. My mother's there like, she's fine. Don't you worry. She's well taken care of. The Lord loves her. I'm like, no, he fucking doesn't. What are you talking about? My mom is like a proper Karen. I love her. She's my mother. But oh my God, the woman is extra. Chet knows. Chet knows my struggles. But yeah, getting prayed over because you look different is so fucking weird. Is that like, I couldn't imagine living in the US and having somebody consistently bringing religion up all the time would make me want to pop someone in the face. I couldn't do it. Are you a fellow German or visitor? I am a fellow German. What? I talk like this because my mother is American and I grew up speaking English with my mother and German with my father. And when you speak English with your mother, who's from fucking Michigan, you get this accent when you speak English. I used to get in trouble from my English teacher for not saying my fucking words British enough. Can't. I'm like, can't. Can't. I'm like, can't. No. So yes. Yes, please roast me, half German, half American. I'm so sorry. And it's not military. Ha. Fuck you. Mother just ended up here. I married my dad. That's it. So, back to it.
We did not bring Baphomet here in hopes of replacing the Ten Commandments monument. Despite what you have probably heard, the truth is the Satanic Temple never asked for the Ten Commandments monument to be taken down. We only want our monument on public grounds where other monuments of religious significance are pre-existing. Baphomet on the same grounds as the Ten Commandments does not represent a conflict, but a resolution.
And off he goes.
What would you say to some of the people here today who are terrified of you guys because they think the gates of hell are going to open and infect all their children with the devil?
Dive in and give it a try. It's not that bad.
It's gonna be my D&D night.
And with that, the Baphomet statue was packed up back on the flatbed truck to head home to Salem, Massachusetts.
That's where their main church is.
Although it wasn't
in
erected
Salem.
today, they're hoping that bringing the monument onto state grounds proved their point. We caught up with Lucian and the Satanic Temple members at a bar that evening.
I think it turned out very well. I think Senator Rayford is probably crying.
That senator's name is very important.
There's no denying the legitimacy of the message behind the Satanic Temple's provocative spectacles. And in theory, their clause has real legal clout. But Christian or not, most Americans are turned off by the devil. So while the Satanic Temple certainly knows how to get all eyes on them, it remains to be seen whether they'll be able to drum up the support needed to combat creeping religious conservatism in America today.
The rally is over and you've had your pizza and your beer. What's next?
You know, for the people here, this fight against theocracy is very real, and they're very energized to know that somebody's coming up and speaking out against it. And once they start doing that, I don't think they're going to stop. And I think there's going to be a real kind of tipping point here where pretty soon the old way is the dead way.
All right. Great video. So, okie dokie. That is probably going to be it from me for now, because Little Bear has gone live. And as you know, I am a mod over there. But also, I try to do like these in chunks. I will be live again this evening doing some daddy hunting. I'm going to go ahead and get the other daddy. We got Craig already. We're going to be going for Matt, the barista. So feel free to show up. That's at 2100 GMT +2, which is 9 p.m. my time. So if you're on the East Coast, that's -6 hours in the US. Other places, do the math yourself. But yeah, I will go ahead and roll you over to LB, so that way you can continue with the bear. So enjoy her stream. I will see you there as well. We're ending. Yes, we're ending. We're going to go ahead and raid her. And again, thank you so much to everyone that came by, that subscribed, that like showed up and followed. Thank you. I hope that everyone enjoyed my nice little content here. Hope it was fun and peppy and, you know, cool. That was cringe. But yeah, make sure you check Little Bear out, and I'll see you guys there. And I'll be live again this evening.